Hello everyone, I'm Blink of Pete and welcome back to another video. Now before we get stuck in, make sure you subscribe so you don't miss my next video and hopefully you guys enjoy. Now today I'm going to be showing you my brand new potato farm, which is semi-automatic and will help me make baked spuds. Now the reason why I picked baked spuds or baked potatoes is because they do 2.5 hunger points or 5 hunger points, whatever you want to call it, which is pretty good, and because I can automate it at some point, that makes it a lot easier as well. So I'm just going to show you the potato hunger. Yeah, there we go. So just 2 spuds brought me all the way back up to full hunger. Now this is the cart that drops off the potatoes from the farm, and the button should release it. This is like only the very small bit of manual input to press that button. Then it sends itself off to the station, and the station is fully automatic. When there is potatoes from my harvest in the station, it will stop the cart when the station's empty, and then as it's filling, the cart will still be there and fill up at 2 potatoes per tick instead of 1 potato per tick of the hopper. So I'm just going to harvest and replant. The harvesting is the main manual input of the farm. I think it's going to stay that way because I haven't found any villages nearby, and by nearby I mean like literally 1,000 blocks in any direction. Very, very annoying. Potatoes do, I think it's like 2 to 3 potatoes per block of potato, like fully grown potato, which is a really good rate. And this farm does 3 stacks of squares. So that's 3 stacks times 2.5, I guess, and that gives you, no, it's 5 stacks, 2.5, gives you how many potatoes I get, roughly. So my inventory gets pretty full, and that's why I made it automated, so then I didn't have to carry around these potatoes everywhere while they turned into baked spuds, or I'd just store them anyway. So yeah, I only get about 4 or 5, oh, maybe more than 4 or 5 poisonous potatoes per harvest as well, which is pretty good. Irrigation isn't really that much of a problem, and in the future I'm going to have my next layer of the farm have a different vegetable, and there's going to be a whole new system for that as well. But at the moment I'm just sticking with potatoes. In the future with the new layers I'm going to have the tubes, 2 tubes of water that are just normal tubes of water that I can swim through to go from layer to layer instead of having ladders. And then 2 of the tubes will be bubble tubes. They'll shoot me up to the top as fast as possible, and then hopefully when I get to about 5 layers tall, I'll build my base on the 6th layer. So I'll do 5 different plantable vegetables, including beetroots, even though pretty much no one likes beetroots because they do 1 point of hunger or half a hunger bar per beetroot, and then they drop lots of seeds that you don't really need. But they are good for making in soups, and then you get 3 or 6 hunger points or 3 hunger bars of hunger back when you have a beetroot soup. So yeah, wheat is good for animals when I build animal farms, and while you're watching this video I'm actually trying to work on a mob cramming cow farm, and it's become really annoying trying to get those cows in there. But yeah, I'm working on it. Chicken farm / egg farm is already underway with about 2 16s of eggs every 10 or so minutes. There's like so many chickens in a 2-block space, it's ridiculous. So this is the station, filling up this cart at about 2 ticks, 2 potatoes per tick, because there's 2 hoppers there, and it's a double chest, so it goes at the same rate. And then here's a signal extender. It doesn't really work to extend it that much, it sort of just repeats the signal a few times. So here we've got a system where the chest is measured to see whether it's full or empty, and while it's full it doesn't let the redstone signal go through, but then also while the hopper just below it has got something in it doesn't let the redstone go through. So as soon as the last item goes through the chest and into the hoppers, it will release the cart. So it's pretty good at what I wanted it to do. The redstone doesn't need to be covered up as much as I thought it did, because mobs can't really do much to it when it's that high on the ground. So all I have to do is, once I've finished harvesting and replanting, is pop all the potatoes in this chest, and it will start taking them out at 2 potatoes per tick. Yeah, so then I go outside, and it's fully automated, so I can pretty much just head home to the silo. I like to call that cobblestone building the silo because it's pretty much where most of my food storage is going to be for a while. There's no way I'm going to be going through this many potatoes this quickly at the rate that I can produce them. It's absolutely ridiculous. I don't even know why I built this unless I had like a server of 10 like huntsmen that constantly are going out to get stuff. This is going to take a while to transfer, but you can see that it's constantly keeping the signal off while the chest is full, but the signal's also off automatically. So yeah, until the chest is empty and until the last hopper is empty, it's just going to keep filling up that chest minecart. So yeah, and the signal extender is going to turn that rail on. Yeah, this took a long time to sort out, and I kept getting the signal extender wrong over and over and over again. But eventually I got it right to work enough that it would actually send the minecart when I needed it. So then here is the silo where a lot of the automated baking goes on, but this switch I need to use in the chests at the top there. It makes the spread of raw potatoes to the smokers equal. So it needs to have some potatoes in the top, and then it measures that, using comparators, it measures that there's potatoes in it, and so it stops the flow until that chest is full of the potatoes, and then when it's full, you can flick the switch and it will start baking them. So you get to choose when the potatoes actually get baked. But there are still a few things that I'm working on that aren't working quite right with the equalizer that I like to call it. So you've got about 1.5 stacks of spuds left to go. So the minecart's going to be released any minute. Well, not any minute, but in a minute. So just as we're getting to the last half stack-ish, I'm going to exit and then show you. Oh, missed it. Oh, poo. Never mind. I was going to show you the redstone, but I just fell down. I can't really do a second take on this, which is a bit disappointing because, yeah, well, there we go. The minecart was released. It is coming up to the silo and it's going to overtake me, I think. So, yeah, probably already in the silo by now. I probably need to slow down the speed that it enters the silo because it needs to get onto that one angled block of powered rail, and while powered rail isn't powered, it actually works really well as a braking system, which is what I've been doing in past projects. So we can see that it's emptying the potatoes at 1 potato per tick, which is not ideal, but I don't know how to fix that to be 2 potatoes per tick unless I add another minecart and then sort out how I can use the second minecart, and it'll just get confusing. Maybe if I did the 2 minecarts, I'd have to shift there's just a lot of things that I'd have to change to get that to work. But yeah, so now it's filling up at 1 potato per tick. I got that wrong. So it needs to have, I think, 3 potatoes at least for the comparator to say, yes, there's potatoes in this chest, instead of just 1 that disappears straight away. So when the main chest gets to a good level of potatoes, then I will flick the lever and then it will be filled up, but then also emptied faster than it gets filled up. But because there's already some, then it shouldn't overtake it. So yeah, this is going to take a little bit of time, but this is my first major model. The two normal furnaces you see in there are furnaces that I use for making charcoal. No smoker or blast furnace can actually make charcoal really fast, so I have to do charcoal the normal way. And I do charcoal because it's a lot easier to get than just going around mining coal everywhere, because there's a lot of trees where I am, and I'm going to be clearing them out a lot of the time, and then I'm going to be making an area designated for tree farming, so then it's not going to be that much of a problem for getting wood or having to go too far away from my base to get the wood. So yeah, I think I can turn that off and then it will start equally distributing the spuds. Okay, let's go to eat some spuds because I'm getting hungry. So we can see that, so the chest at the bottom that collects all the baked spuds increases in volume like 4 spuds per tick. That's what's so good about having these smokers in this equalizing design, is because it can produce baked spuds really, really fast. So I guess I can use the double chest that has the equalizer attached to store a lot of the potatoes, but once that gets full, I sort of need to stop getting potatoes and then just fill up the double chest that's at the farm end, and then when I actually want more potatoes, like a lot more potatoes, then I can send the minecart back to the to the farm. But yeah, I'm just going to see if I can slow down the track just a little bit. See if that makes any difference, but I can't really see now. But yeah, this is pretty much everything I've got so far. There will be more automated farms to show you guys in the future, but yeah, there's a lot of redstone involved in this with all the measuring and the inputs of the items, and then soon I'm going to be adding some automated fuel inputs. But yeah, that's basically all I had to show you guys today. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you haven't already done so, please subscribe so you don't miss out on my next video. I put a lot of effort into these videos and I hope you guys notice. But yeah, Discord in the description, and hopefully I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.